Good evening. I am no longer a Phantom Forces YouTuber today, because in this video, I want to be a journalist, so that I can expose one of, if not the biggest problem in Phantom Forces, hackers. But why am I making a video about hacking? Everyone already knows about hacking. Yes, but no. We all know Phantom Forces wouldn't be the same without spin botters, aim botters, and majestical creatures like this one. Let's make that clear. But those aren't the hackers I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that are using aim cheats against you without you even realizing it. They could be even more common than BFG users for all I know. So that's why I decided to do a full-blown undercover investigation, observing hackers, following them around, taking notes of their tactics, and now I want to share with you what I found. Let me start from the beginning. Okay, so this all started because I was doing that thing where you make an alt account and try to get accused of cheating. This is the name I went with, short and simple. So I joined Phantom Forces and decided to use the AK-12. I'm not sure why, because I don't really like the AK-12 that much, but it gets the job done because about 5 minutes into the game, I made the mistake of killing a guy named YB Plays too quickly. And of course, I get voted out of the server but I was surprised I got kicked that quickly, so I kind of wanted to go again. Fast forward 2 games and I'm playing Metro. Now, this game is where it all starts to get interesting. Of course, since it's Metro, I play pretty well, ending the game with a solid 4 KDR. You didn't see that grenade, but let me turn your attention towards the chat while the game was going on, and specifically towards this fine young man named the Best Bot Alt 1. So the Best Bot Alt 1 met the unfortunate fate of dying to me 8 times throughout the game. Understandably, he wanted me out of the server because he thought I was cheating. Or did he? Who knows, honestly? I'll explain what I mean in a moment. And something else I just want to point out is the fact that he accused another person of cheating and seemed to be fed up with the amount of cheaters in the lobby. Now, it sounds like this guy is just mad he's dying and he just wants to accuse everyone of cheating. That's not what was happening at all, though. I think the reason is because the Best Bot Alt 1 was indeed a cheater himself, and I wish I was joking. No, but you heard me correctly. A hacker has just accused me and 2 other people of cheating. That's never happened to me before. Alright, so I'm going to use this guy as a good example to show what's to come later in this video, and also as a good opportunity to teach you how hacking works. Don't worry, it's educational, I promise. So watch this how after he kills me here, his bullets will automatically switch directions towards a different enemy for absolutely no reason. He's shooting me, and then right when he gets the kill, it locks onto a different guy. Then the same thing happens again when he kills my teammate. Alright, so let me show you how this works. This isn't actually aimbot, this is something called silent aim. So the idea is you shoot in someone's direction and the silent aim will correct your bullet for you and still hit the target. I'm pretty sure there's also settings so that you can change if you're outside of a certain range the bullet won't hit so as to not be too suspicious. So we saw that pretty well there with the MP7, and then he switched to the R700 for the rest of the game and got a few more pretty obviously cheated kills on me. And another common theme among these hackers is having extremely high amounts of headshot kills. So out of the guy's 24 kills, 20 of them were headshots. I went through the entire game and counted the kills in the kill feed to get this number in case you were wondering. And I just want to point out that his KDR was not impressive at all. I mean, it was 1.4 and he literally had a script aiming for him. So that just kind of says that not every hacker is necessarily going to have tons of kills or a high KDR. Alright, but back to the reason he called me a hacker. So you're actually going to see this happen multiple times throughout the video, but the reason someone would do this is probably to make themselves look less suspicious. So it not only like switches the attention from them to someone else, but it also just seems pretty absurd in general. Like, it's basically meant to throw you off, I think. But anyways, after that fiasco, I honestly wanted to keep playing to see if that would happen again. And sure enough, 10 games later, we begin game 13. So by this time, I switched to the intervention and I was off to a very good start. I was like 14-0 until our next character enters. Meets this guy. So right off the bat, you see he ends my 14-0 streak with a fairly questionable kill there, and then he kills me 30 seconds later, and there's just no question about it at that point. He's cheating 100%, and notice how his bullets are killing people without even hitting them. Not a single body shot either. Here we have a different type of hack where the hacker's bullets just go exactly where they're aiming, except they're able to make the hit boxes of their target much larger. Let me show you an excellent example of this brought to you by Spirals, where I mean, do I even have to elaborate on this one? Okay, so let me show you the best part. Here we have a trick shot on myself, but watch this. He hits a triple headshot cross map like it's nothing. I mean, dude, sign this guy up for Paradox immediately. There was also another guy in the game named Charles who was hitting a lot of trick shots himself and also hit a kind of shady trick shot on me, but I saw him miss the shot afterwards and all his shots were body shots anyways, so I kind of ruled it out. Alright, back to our main character. He has just accused my teammate of hacking, and more specifically, he said he was flying around the map. Now, I did not see this guy flying around the map at any point during the game, and I think I, and probably many other people, would have noticed that, so I'm assuming he was just employing the same tactic as the guy from game 3, and it makes sense because he did this right after being accused himself of cheating. So, in case you're wondering how many headshots I Don't Speak had during the game, 28 out of the 28 kills I was able to verify through the feed were headshots. I did not see him get a single body shot the entire game, which is just impossible. Anyways, he ended up leaving after going 31-7, but the aftermath is what frustrated me the most. Allow me to introduce two more characters. We'll call him George and not George, who not only defended the hacker after he left, but went after me and this other guy saying we bullied him out of the server. And by the way, I'm not going to identify these guys because I don't want them getting harassed. And yeah, I'm not going to show the whole conversation, but here are the main points. They called us half-brained apes, said we bullied him out of the server, refused to acknowledge our points, got him mixed up with Charles, who I mentioned earlier, but that guy also incidentally left the game as well. They said, I don't think this man has heard of good players or clippers. They played the low rank card, and then they asked for the evidence. I got you. Here's the evidence. You know, I could honestly make this whole conversation its own video, but it was just extremely disappointing hearing what these people had to say. And the whole point of me making this video is I feel like there's been a lot more hackers recently, like a lot more. I feel like I get one in every lobby, but still people aren't able to recognize it. So I'm just trying to change that a little bit. Anyways, a few days after that, I kind of wanted to check up on Mr. I Don't Speak to see if he'd been banned yet. And side note, for some reason, you can't search this guy on Roblox because it filters your search, which made it crazy difficult to get to his profile. But once I got there, you're not gonna believe it. He wasn't banned, but I noticed at the bottom of my screen, the one account he has friended is Charles. The same Charles who I originally thought could not be hacking because he was only hitting body shots. Turns out I was as naive as everyone else because Charles was, and I'm almost positive, using probably the same hacks as his friend during that game, only he chose to only extend his torso hitbox range and not his headshot range. So I decided to see what's new with Charles, and turns out he's playing Phantom Forces. So I joined his game, this time on my main account in case I needed to kick him from the lobby. Now, first thing I see is him vote kicking someone else. Second thing I see is him going 63-3. Third thing I see after I spawned in is him only getting headshots in the feed. So that was about all I needed. I could have waited for him to kill me to get even more proof, but I wasn't just about to let him continue terrorizing that poor server. And now quickly thinking back to the server I was in with him, I remember him vote kicking another guy for cheating, so I believe this was also the same tactics as the other two cheaters, but the vote kick kind of serves as a dual purpose. It clogs up the vote kick system, which I believe is how he was able to stay in the game so long without getting kicked himself. And of course, I'm not done there, so I join him again. It's Desert Storm, and I'm kind of expecting a similar high kill, high KDR game, but he actually just ends up trick-shotting the whole game and went 15-15. Alright, the thing is though, 100% of those kills were headshot kills. The BFG kills, the Rex kills, the trick shots, they were all headshots. So even though his amount of kills and KDR were relatively low, he was still hacking, and that's really the important thing to remember. Oh yeah, and one more thing, I joined Charles a few days later, right? And someone in that server asked me when the next video was, so I told them. And then Charles asked me what the video was going to be about. So I told him it was going to be about hackers and that I thought he was really going to enjoy it. So Charles, bro, if you're watching this, I really do hope you're enjoying the video so far. Alright, now, there's one more final character of the video who we've actually already taken a look at. So back in the beginning of the video, I showed you a spin botter named Marcus Dean 15. So after I caught this guy cheating in my previous server, I immediately joined him in the next game. Surprisingly, he was actually playing completely normal. He was being friendly in the chat. He showed almost no signs of cheating. I mean, that is until I mentioned he was spin botting earlier, and then he just admitted it just on the spot like that. But during the game, 27 out of his 32 kills were headshots, and some of his shots were pretty suspicious in and of themselves. So I don't think it would have been too difficult to spot this guy cheating. And, you know, I ended up kicking him and then joining him again on my ult just for maximum discretion. And also like that, I get to feel like a spy. So we land in Mirage, and he's got the MP7 this time. When I join, he's got 26 kills and only 2 deaths, so that's I'm sure those are all legit. And this game was pretty similar to the first game, if you recall, with the best spot alt 1. So once again, you could see him aim locking onto an enemy in the distance after every kill, and you know, it's just too obvious for me at this point, but it doesn't really seem that way for the server. You know, someone called a vote kick on him, but unfortunately it didn't pass. Oh yeah, Marcus Dean also called someone blatant in the chat during the game, making that 4 out of the 4 hackers I found all accusing someone else in the lobby of hacking, which I was not expecting when I started this, but that is kind of a crazy pattern. Alright, so Marcus's headshot percentage wasn't as high this round at 65%, but something interesting I noticed is that the average headshot kill he got was from 60 studs, whereas the average body shot kill he got was from 158 studs. So that's quite a difference. And his lowest body shot kill was only at 80 studs, so there's probably something in the script that makes the headshot reliability lower at long range. Either that or it's the muzzle velocity kicking into play. I'm not really too sure. Alright, and then the next round was actually arguably more interesting. So his first 3 kills were all headshots, no surprise there. But surprisingly, out of the remaining 38 kills he got, 35 of them were body shots, and then 3 of them were assists. So I'm guessing he switched his script settings to make it only go for body shots after the last game. I didn't get killed by him during that game, so I couldn't analyze it, unfortunately. But yeah, like, he just completely switched up that game. This guy was like spin botting, and now he's like sniping and getting headshots, and then he's like on Mirage with an MP7 getting some headshots, and then he's on Ravod getting no headshots. Like, this guy's been through it all. He's accused people of hacking. He's gone through all the stages. It's just interesting to see, you know. But yeah, so that was the last hacker that I decided to follow, and that's gonna wrap up the investigation. And I really want to make it clear that I'm trying to help people understand how to identify cheaters and what to look for, because I feel like I learned a lot about it while making this video, and hopefully I'm able to pass some of that on to you guys. The biggest problem I see with this is that no one is able to recognize it. Like, literally the only times that any of these hackers got kicked were at the beginning when they were spin botting, and the rest of them didn't even raise that much suspicion. I mean, it's honestly pretty scary, you know, considering how normal some of these players' games can seem at first glance. And then just one other thing that I feel like I need to mention, because we didn't really cover it in this video, but it's still important to this topic, is that hacking isn't even restrained to low ranks. You can get rank 100s, you can get rank 200s, you can get even rank 300s who are just out there cheating just because they feel like they can, you know? Last night, like literally last night, the night before this video is getting posted, I got a rank 250 banned, and it just doesn't make sense. And the same morning, like this morning, a rank 300 got banned. It's crazy. I don't know why there's so many new hackers, but there needs to be something done about this. And I don't know if there's anything to be done about the anti-cheat, but I'm trying to like conglomerate or congregate our forces. I don't know if conglomerate was the right word for that, but I'm trying to like get everyone together to be able to like figure out, okay, this guy's hacking and we need to get this guy banned, you know? So that's really all I can do at this point. That's all I'm hoping to do, is just educate people and like try to get rid of this hacker infestation. I feel like it's taking over Phantom Forces. Like, literally every single server, I'm almost positive there's a hacker in it. So all right, but anyways, this was added after the fact, so let me just get to the outro or whatever. So thank you to everyone who watched this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm sorry it took so long for me to get it out, but I had to take my time on it, and I know you guys understand. But yeah, like I said, thank you. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.